Hi, I'm so happy that you're here. Well, in this video, I'm just going to be going through some of the things that I went through when I had Phoenix. So this video is all about Phoenix's birth. Yes, it was eventful. So my waters broke at, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I remember getting up and I remember hearing a noise. And I thought, uh-oh, my waters are broken. And obviously I was sleeping because it was in the morning. So I went to the loo and my waters had broken. So I woke up my husband and I said, babe, it's time to go soon because my waters are broken. And he was like, okay, well, I'll stay in bed and, you just tell me when, things are starting to happen. And because Havana took 36 hours to get born, I just assumed that Phoenix was going to take really long. So I got up, I went and had a shower, I started brushing my teeth, and my contraction started coming closer and closer. And I thought, nah, it can't be that, that soon. My waters have just broken. And I remember going in the bedroom, I don't know what I was doing. I started doing my makeup, I think, or something like that, just to pass the time, because I thought, we're gonna be here for probably 24 hours before this baby pop out, so let me just do stuff to occupy my mind, right? So I went in the bedroom to get some clothes, and my husband was like, babe, I'm sure your contractions are really close together. And I was like, are they? And he's like, yeah, I think so. So he said, okay, let me time them. And we timed them, and they were like 2 minutes apart. Yeah. So anyone who's had a baby knows that if contractions are 2 minutes apart, it pretty much means that the baby's gonna be here any minute. So he got up, got ready quickly, and he was like, what are you doing? I was putting my earrings in. That's it. I wasn't doing my makeup. I was putting my earrings in. So he was like, oh, what are you doing? Let's go. So we got in the car. And the hospital I'd chosen was about, with no traffic, about 20 minutes drive. So it wasn't the nearest hospital that's near to us, but it's one of the best hospitals in London. In fact, it's actually rated the best hospital, maternity-wise, in the whole of the UK. Like, people from far away in Scotland come and have their babies there. So it was actually quite difficult to get a slot in to be accepted by them to have the baby there. So we're driving there, and my contractions were coming, like, literally 45 seconds apart. It was crazy. And about 10 minutes into the car ride, I started pushing. The baby was coming. It was insane. So my husband was like, oh my God. And we were so lucky that it was so early in the morning. So he literally sped at 200 miles an hour. We just literally drove there. And I remember this guy in some sports type car, I don't know, he thought my husband was racing him, so he started racing my husband, and he was just like, my husband was like, oh my God, are you serious? I'm trying to get to the hospital and all this stuff. We didn't have a conversation, but he was saying that in the car, and still he managed to beat this guy. So we got off the motorway, got off the freeway, and we started going into the more residential areas to drive into where the actual hospital was. So we're about 10 minutes away from the hospital now, and oh my God, the pain, the contractions were just and I was literally pushing, my husband was like, go to the hospital and tell them we're coming. And I was like, okay. So when the contraction for pushing went away, I got my phone and I called the hospital, and I was like, we're probably about 7 minutes away. I am pushing and we're coming, get ready for us. And they were like, okay. And in that moment, I needed to push again. So my phone fell on the floor somewhere. And this poor woman from the hospital was just probably thinking what the hell is happening? Anyway, so we got to the hospital and we got into our delivery suite. And I had wanted a water bath. So they were running the tub to have the baby in, and so we got in, and literally she was like, the baby's coming. So got my clothes off and my bottoms off, and I was pushing. It was painful. Oh my God. So I was like, oh, can you give me something? And she's like, there's no, we can't give you anything. The baby's gonna be here any minute. It's not gonna be effective enough before the baby actually arrives. So I was like, I really want to get in the bathtub. And she was, no, you can't get in bathtub because the water is not, the levels of the water wasn't high enough for you to be able to have a baby in there or something like that. It wasn't safe. And I was just like, oh my God, it was so painful. I love water, so I was a bit disappointed that the whole water bath didn't happen. So yeah, we pushed and pushed, and eventually Phoenix came flying out. He just came out, and we started crying and stuff like that. And the relief was just amazing. And obviously then you have to give birth to the placenta, which is like painful as well. So yeah, we got dressed and, you know, cleaned out the baby, measured him, everything, and everything was fine. And from a waters breaking to Phoenix was being actually born, the whole thing took an hour and a half. So it was like really fast, really fast. Then about half an hour after Phoenix got born, I started feeling like I needed to push again. So it felt like I was having contractions. So I was saying to the when we got there, the midwives were just actually swapping shifts. So the midwives that delivered the baby with Phoenix stayed overtime to deliver the baby because it wasn't going to take that much longer. So the woman who did the birth was like amazing. She was really good. So they did the switch over after everything was fine. And the new lady who came in, she was amazing as well. So Jazz is very chatty and she was very chatty. And so they were chatting away, having a conversation. And she was just like, you know, before we can let you go home, you need to go wee. And I was like, okay, I don't really feel like I need to go wee. And she's like, okay, well, we can't discharge you until you've gone wee. And I was like, okay, fine. And so yeah, half an hour later, I'm just like, I think another baby's coming. She was like, what? I was like, I feel like I need to push. And she was like, no, there was only one baby in there, so you're not having another baby. Just go wee, and as soon as you go wee, you're gonna feel a lot better. You know, Havana was born by C-section. This is a natural birth. And yeah, as soon as you go wee, like literally, you're gonna be fine. So I was like, okay. So we waited and waited, and I was getting like so hot. It was in August anyway, so it was hot. So I was like, can you open the windows? So they opened the windows. I was like, no. Like literally, I was like boiling, really hot. So my husband got the fan and he put the fan on me. I was like, get some towels, wet some towels. Like I'm so hot. So it's just like, okay. So he ran like wet all these towels and put them on me. And I was like, okay. Then 2 minutes later, I was freezing, like frozen. I was like, oh my God, I am so cold. I'm so cold. So switch all the fans, close all the windows and like cover me and stuff like that. Then I'm like, no, I'm really hot now. And I was like, seriously, what do you want? Are you hot? Are you cold? What's going on? So the midwife was like, look, just go wee, and you like, seriously, you're gonna be okay. And I was like, no. Like something is wrong. The more time went on, like the more I had a feeling of impending doom. If you know what I mean. You just like felt like something terrible was gonna happen. And so she was like, chill out, you're fine, you delivered the placenta, there's nothing in there, you know, everything's absolutely fine, like don't worry, just as soon as you need to go to the loo, just let us know and we'll take you to the loo. I was like, okay. So the hot and cold thing carried on. Like it was insane. Like literally 1 second boiling hot, next second freezing cold. And then and so that carried on for a bit, and then the midwife was like, all right, fine, okay, we're gonna take you and you're gonna go and sit on the toilet until you actually go wee, because we promise you'll be fine as soon as you go wee. So I said, okay. And I was just like, something is wrong. And that no, nothing is wrong. I was like, okay. So one of the midwives came, put my hand around her. The other one came the other side, put my arm around her. And so as soon as they lifted me up, like all this blood. I hemorrhaged basically. So like all this blood went absolutely everywhere. And I lost consciousness. And my husband was like, as soon as you, because obviously they were not ready for me to lose consciousness. So as soon as they lifted me up, I just flopped back. And it's like, my husband was like, as soon as you hit the bed, you sort of like shuddered, and it was just weird, like seeing all this blood everywhere. And he's like, I just literally thought that you had died. And at that point, he was standing by my bedside holding Phoenix. So obviously the trauma team got called in, and the trauma team came, and yeah, I was completely out. Then I remember, I might do a separate video on the next bit, because just in case other people don't want to sit through the whole Phoenix Beth thing. So yeah, I'm gonna do another video of my life after death experience, because it was interesting. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video so far, and if you want to see the next story, part 2 of this story, just click on the next video and you can carry on listening to the story of Phoenix. Okay, well, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And yeah, I will speak to you in the next video. Bye.